Shadow English like a pro. Boost confidence and fluency for total beginners. How the rich play the game. 7 Machiavellian money laws you don't know. The truth about the game. Money is a game. Most people never learn the rules. Most people never see the board. Most people walk through life confused, tired, and frustrated. They work hard. They try their best. Yet they stay stuck. They stay broke. They feel lost. They think money is about luck, or talent, or intelligence. But it is not. Money is a game. The rich learn the rules early. The rest of the world does not. This single difference changes everything. This is why you feel like you are always running. Running but not moving. Running but still broke. Running but still scared. And this is why the rich seem calm. They act slow. They take their time. They think clearly. They move with purpose because they understand the game. Today you will learn the rules too. Simple rules, clear rules, rules you can use even if you know nothing about money. Rules that open your eyes. Rules that give you power. But before we go to the rules, we must start with the truth. A truth that is not easy. A truth that hurts. A truth you must face if you want to change your life. This truth is simple. You have been trained to lose. Not because you are weak. Not because you are stupid. Not because you are unlucky. You were trained to lose because the system needs losers. The system needs workers. The system needs people who follow orders. The system needs people who obey. You were taught to work hard. You were not taught how money works. You were taught to save. You were not taught how wealth grows. You were taught to fear risk. You were not taught how the rich use risk to win. You were taught to think small. You were not taught to think in terms of power. And money is power. This is why the rich play a different game. They do not trade time for money. They do not depend on a single job. They do not plan for next week. They plan for the next 10 years. They do not ask, how do I earn more? They ask, how do I build something that earns for me? They do not ask, how do I survive? They ask, how do I win? This is the Machiavellian way. Not evil, not cruel, not selfish, just strategic, just aware, just awake. Now you will wake up too. You will start to see what you could not see before. You will start to understand the hidden game around you. Imagine a large chessboard. You are standing on it. Pieces move around you. Money moves. Power moves. Opportunities move.
But you cannot see them. You cannot see the moves. You cannot see the threats. You cannot see the openings. You only see your square, your small space, your small world. Because no one showed you the full board. No one taught you the strategy. This is what the rich see. This is what you will learn. In this part of the article, you will not learn tactics yet. You will learn perspective. You will learn mindset. You will learn awareness. Before any rule works, your mind must be open. Let us begin with the foundation. The first idea you must understand. The first shift you must make. This idea is simple. Money is not emotional. Money does not care about you. Money does not hate you. Money does not love you. Money follows rules. Money follows movements. Money follows strategy. If you learn the strategy, money moves toward you. If you ignore the strategy, money moves away from you. Most people treat money with fear. Fear of losing, fear of spending, fear of investing, fear of making mistakes, fear of being wrong. Fear traps them. Fear freezes them. Fear blinds them. The rich do not fear money. They study money. They shape money. They control money. They use money. Money is a tool, just like fire. Fire can burn. Fire can warm. Fire can destroy. Fire can build. It depends on how you use it. Money is the same. If you fear fire, you stay cold. If you learn fire, you survive. If you master fire, you thrive. You lead. You rise. You must learn to think like this: calm, clear, strategic, not emotional. This is the first step toward breaking the cycle of working but not growing, the cycle of earning but not keeping, the cycle of surviving but not living. Now, look at your life. Look honestly. Look with courage. Ask yourself simple questions. Do I control my money? Or does money control me? Do I know where my money goes? Or does it disappear without my awareness? Do I make decisions with intention? Or do I act without thinking? Do I protect my time? Or do I trade it for too little? Do I seek growth? Or do I avoid effort? These questions matter. Your answers reveal the truth, your truth. Now, let us go deeper. Let us explore the world the rich see, a world built on leverage, a world built on assets, a world built on strategy. When the rich look at a dollar, they do not see a dollar. They see potential. They see multiplication. They see opportunity. Most people see a dollar as something to spend, a small thing, a tool for survival. The rich see a seed that can grow into a tree that can produce fruit that contains more seeds that grow into forests. This is how wealth works. Slow at first, fast later, very fast.
The beginning feels quiet, even boring. Nothing seems to change, but the foundation builds, the roots grow deeper. Then one day, momentum appears, growth accelerates, opportunities arrive, money flows faster, decisions become easier. People call it luck, but it is not luck. It is compound power, built by patience, built by strategy, built by discipline. This is why the rich stay rich. They understand time, they understand power, they understand compounding. Now, look at your life again. Look at how you use time. Look at how you use money. Do you plant, or do you only consume? Do you build, or do you only maintain? Do you multiply, or do you only protect? This is the shift you need, a shift from survival to growth, a shift from fear to strategy, a shift from small thinking to big thinking. Now, let us talk about power. Money gives options. Options give freedom. Freedom gives power. Power is not domination. Power is choice. Power is control over your life. Power is the ability to say yes. Power is the ability to say no. Most people live with no power. They cannot choose. They must accept. Accept low salaries. Accept bad jobs. Accept rising prices. Accept stress. Accept fear. Not because they want to, but because they have no power. They depend on a paycheck. They depend on someone else's decision. The rich do not live like this because they understand the rules that shape money, the rules that shape power. You will learn these rules, 7 Machiavellian money laws the rich use to stay ahead. Laws that sound simple, but change everything. But before we study the laws, you must understand one more truth. You cannot change your money without changing your identity. Not your personality, not your past, not your background, your identity. Your identity is the story you tell yourself, the story about who you are and who you are allowed to become. Most people repeat the same story. I am not good with money. I cannot invest. I always fail. I am unlucky. I am not smart. I come from a poor family. These stories become chains. They keep you stuck. They keep you small. They keep you broke. The rich tell different stories. I can learn. I can grow. I can adapt. I can build. I can rise. I can win. This is where wealth begins. Not in your bank account, not in your income, not in your education. Wealth begins in your mind. Your mind is the soil. Money is the seed. If the soil is poor, the seed dies. If the soil is strong, the seed grows. This article will strengthen your soil, your awareness, your mindset, your strategy.
You are no longer blind. You are no longer lost. You are no longer a follower. You are now a student of strategy, a student of the game, a player, not a pawn. This is where your transformation begins. This is where you step into power. This is where you become someone new. Now you are ready for the laws. The 7 Machiavellian money laws. Laws the rich use quietly. Laws the world hides from you. Laws that change lives. In the next part, you will learn the first 3 Machiavellian money laws. Simple, clear, powerful. Laws that shift your mind. Laws that change your actions. Laws that open your future. Part 2. The first 3 Machiavellian money laws the rich use every day. Now you know the truth. You understand the game. You understand the mindset. You understand the power of awareness. Now we begin the laws. The first 3 Machiavellian money laws the rich use every day. These laws are simple, but they are not easy. They require courage. They require discipline. They require new thinking. But if you follow them, your life changes, your money changes, your future changes. Let us begin. Law 1. Control the frame or lose the game. This is the first rule of money. The person who controls the frame controls the outcome. The person who sets the rules wins the rewards. The person who defines the situation holds the power. Most people let others control the frame. Their boss controls the frame. Their company controls the frame. Advertisements control the frame. Social pressure controls the frame. Fear controls the frame. When you let others set the frame, you become a follower. You think you chose, but you did not choose. The choice was made for you. You only reacted. The rich act. The poor react. This is the difference. This is the power of framing. Let me give you an image. Imagine you walk into a store. Everything is arranged to influence you. Colors, lights, prices, placement, smells. You think you are shopping by choice, but the frame chooses for you. Your attention is guided. Your desire is shaped. Your decision is influenced. The rich understand this, so they control the frame in their own life. They choose the rules. They create their environment. They set their habits. They decide their direction. Most people let life happen to them. The rich design life around them. How do you use this law? Start with simple steps. Change your environment. Clean your space. Remove distractions. Remove triggers that make you waste money.
Remove people who drain your time. Create a frame that supports your goals. Put reminders where you can see them. Put books where you can reach them. Put your goals on your wall. Make your room match the person you want to become. You become the frame you build. You become the world around you. If your world is weak, you become weak. If your world is strong, you become strong. Money follows power. Power starts with the frame. Control the frame or lose the game.
Law 2. Leverage is the real currency of the rich. Most people think money is the key. It is not. Money matters, yes, but leverage matters more. Money without leverage grows slowly. Money with leverage grows fast, very fast. Leverage is force. Leverage is advantage. Leverage is multiplication. Think of a small rock. If you push with your hand, it moves a little. If you use a long metal bar, you can lift a heavy boulder. Not because you became stronger, but because leverage made you stronger. The rich use this in everything. They use leverage in business. They use leverage in time. They use leverage in relationships. They use leverage in information. They use leverage in money. Most people use no leverage at all. They work alone. They depend on one salary. They depend on their limited hours. They depend on their tired body. They depend on luck. No leverage means no freedom. No leverage means no speed. No leverage means no wealth. The rich see the world differently. They ask one question: how can I multiply? Not add, not increase, multiply. Multiply with systems. Multiply with people. Multiply with technology. Multiply with assets. Look at a simple example. Imagine you open a small store. You work all day. You earn a little. This is hard. This is slow. This is no leverage. Now imagine you build an online store. It works even when you sleep. Customers buy while you rest. This is leverage. Imagine you start a YouTube channel. Your videos work for you. They bring income even when you are not working. This is leverage. Imagine you learn a skill others want. You sell it again and again. Not one time, not two times, many times. This is leverage. Imagine you buy an asset, a small one. Maybe a cheap book that teaches you something powerful. Maybe a small investment that grows slowly. Maybe a tool that helps your work. This is leverage. Leverage is the hidden engine of wealth. You must learn to use it. You must learn to build it. You must learn to grow it. Ask yourself every day, where is my leverage? How can I create more leverage? How can I multiply instead of add? This is how the game works. This is how the rich move. This is how wealth grows. Law 3. Play long games with long people. Most people play short games. They want quick money. They want fast results. They want instant success. This is why they fail. This is why they quit. This is why they feel stuck. Short games give short rewards. Short games give weak power. Short games give temporary results. The rich play long games. Long games build real power. Long games build real wealth. Long games build real freedom. A long game is a strategy that grows with time. It becomes stronger as the years pass. It becomes safer as your foundation grows. It becomes bigger as your skills increase. Investing is a long game. Business is a long game. Skill building is a long game. Audience building is a long game. Relationships are long games. The rich choose long games because long games compound. Compounding is the superpower of wealth. Compounding is slow at first, then it becomes unstoppable. Think of a tree. It grows slowly. You see no change in the beginning. You think nothing is happening. But roots grow underground. Deep roots. Strong roots. Then one day, the tree rises. Tall, wide, unshakable. This is what a long game does to your life. But long games require long people. A long person is someone who is stable, someone who grows, someone who thinks clearly, someone who is loyal, someone who is disciplined, someone who is consistent. You cannot play long games with short-minded people. They quit early. They panic fast. They slow you down. They distract you. They break your focus. Protect your circle. Choose your people. Choose people who grow. Choose people who think long-term. Choose people who respect time. Choose people who respect your goals. A long game with the wrong people becomes a short game. And short games keep you broke. How do you start playing long games? Begin with one clear goal. A simple one. A goal that makes your life better 1 year from now. Not 1 week, not 1 month. 1 year. Then ask yourself, what small action can I take every day? Just one. Small steps. Small moves. Small progress. Small progress over long periods becomes big power. This is the long game. This is the path to wealth. Now, pause. Think about your life right now. Which areas are short-term? Which areas are long-term? Which actions help your future? Which actions destroy your future? Be honest. Be brave. Be clear. You cannot play long games if your mind is short. You must grow your patience, grow your discipline, grow your vision. When you do this, money begins to move. Slow at first, then faster, then very fast. This is how the rich play. This is how power grows. This is how your future rises. These are the first 3 Machiavellian money laws. Control the frame. Learn leverage. Play long games with long people. These laws change the way you think. They change the way you move. They change the way you live. But you are not done. There are still 4 more laws, 4 deeper laws, 4 stronger laws, 4 laws that transform everything. In the next part, you will learn them. You will learn how the rich protect their mind, how the rich avoid traps, how the rich use time, how the rich create power. These laws complete the picture. These laws finish the game. Part 3. How the rich play the long game. The final part of this guide will show you something extremely important. The rich do not win because they are smarter than you. They win because they see the world differently. They win because they follow different rules. They win because they play a different game. And now, you will learn how to play that game too.
Take your time. Read slowly. Let each idea sink in. This part will teach you how rich people think about time, growth, decisions, and power. If you understand these lessons, your life will never be the same again. Let us begin. 1. The rich think in decades, not days. Poor people think about today. Rich people think about the next 10 years. This is the biggest difference. This is the real secret. Most people want money fast. Most people want success quickly. Most people want results now. But the world does not work that way. Success comes slowly. Wealth grows quietly. Money rewards patience. The rich understand this. They are not in a hurry. They build things brick by brick. They wait. They observe. They prepare. They make decisions that will pay them for years, not minutes. A poor person asks, "What can I get today?" A rich person asks, "What can I build today that will pay me forever?" This one question changes everything. Time becomes your friend when you think long-term. Time becomes your enemy when you think short-term. When you think in decades, small actions matter. One good habit matters. One skill matters. One investment matters. One smart decision matters. The rich win because they give time, enough time to work. 2. The rich build systems, not wishes. Most people wish for money. Most people hope for success. Most people dream of a better life. But wishes do not create wealth. Hopes do not build freedom. Dreams do not produce results. Systems do. A system is a process that works even when you are tired. A system is a structure that creates progress automatically. A system is a habit that builds wealth without force.
Here is the truth. The rich have systems for everything. Systems for money. Systems for learning. Systems for relationships. Systems for their career. Systems for self-discipline. Systems for decisions. They do not rely on motivation. They rely on structure. They rely on consistency. They rely on design. A system does not have to be complex. A system can be simple. For example, saving a small amount every month, reading 30 minutes every day, improving one skill each week, reviewing goals every Sunday, setting a budget and following it, tracking your habits daily, writing ideas each morning. These small systems create massive results over time. They build momentum. They keep you steady. They make success automatic. Poor people react. Rich people prepare. Rich people plan. Rich people design their life with intention. The rich rise because their systems lift them. The poor stay stuck because their lack of systems holds them down. 3. The rich protect their focus. Focus is the most valuable currency in the world. More valuable than money, more valuable than gold, more valuable than intelligence. Why? Because without focus, you cannot build anything. You cannot finish anything. You cannot grow anything. The world is loud. The world is full of noise. The world is full of distractions. People lose hours every day for nothing. Scrolling, switching, jumping from one thing to another, wasting time, wasting energy. The rich understand the power of attention. They protect their focus like treasure. They say no more often than they say yes. They choose what matters. They avoid what does not. They decide what is important and cut everything else. This gives them power. This gives them clarity. This gives them speed. Focus creates mastery. Mastery creates opportunity. Opportunity creates wealth.
Poor people try to do everything. Rich people focus on one thing, one skill, one direction, one mission, one goal, until it becomes great. This is how empires are built. This is how success becomes inevitable. 4. The rich learn faster than everyone else. Money follows learning. Opportunity follows skill. Growth follows knowledge. This is a universal rule. The rich read. The rich study. The rich ask questions. The rich learn from mistakes. The rich learn from others. The rich learn from books. The rich learn from experience. Every day, they get a little better. Not much, just a little. A tiny improvement, a small lesson, a new insight, a better understanding. Over time, these tiny improvements create massive change. Small steps become big progress. This is the power of continuous learning. Poor people think learning ends after school. Rich people know learning never stops. Learning is the engine of wealth. Learning is the fuel of opportunity. You cannot rise higher than your knowledge. You cannot earn more than your skills. You cannot grow beyond the size of your mindset. The rich know this. That is why they learn every day. You should too. Even 10 minutes a day can change your life.
5. The rich use fear as a tool. Everyone feels fear. Fear of failure. Fear of embarrassment. Fear of judgment. Fear of losing. Fear of change. Fear of risk. The difference is how people respond. Poor people let fear stop them. Rich people use fear to guide them. Fear shows them where the opportunity is. Fear shows them where growth happens. Fear shows them what they need to improve. Fear shows them the direction they must walk. When you run from fear, your life becomes small. When you face fear, your life becomes big. The rich are not fearless. They are brave. Brave means this: you feel the fear, you hear the fear, you see the fear, and you move forward anyway. This is how courage grows. This is how confidence grows. This is how success grows. Fear becomes weaker when you walk toward it. Fear becomes stronger when you run away. Choose the direction that scares you. That is the path to power. 6. The rich build strong relationships. Money does not grow alone. Success does not grow alone. Power does not grow alone. Everything grows through people. Poor people isolate themselves. They try to do everything alone. They mistrust others. They fear connection. They hide their ideas. They avoid collaboration. Rich people understand the truth. One good relationship can change your life. One mentor can accelerate your growth. One partner can multiply your success. One conversation can open a door that would stay closed forever. The rich invest in relationships. They listen. They help. They connect. They share. They collaborate. They build networks. They build trust. They build respect. People want to help those who bring value. People want to support those who show commitment. People want to open doors for those who act with integrity. Relationships are bridges. The more bridges you build, the more places you can go. 7. The rich create more value
than they consume. This is one of the simplest rules of wealth. If you want to earn more, create more. If you want to grow more, give more. If you want to receive more, contribute more. The rich think like builders. They ask, what can I create? They ask, what can I solve? They ask, what value can I add? They ask, what problem can I fix? They ask, what improvement can I make? Wealth flows to people who create value. Wealth avoids people who only consume. When you produce value, the world rewards you. When you take value without giving, the world pushes you away. Start small. Create something useful. Create something helpful. Create something people want. Create something that makes life better. This is the beginning of wealth creation. The rich know that value is the engine of money. Money is only the shadow of value.
8. The rich play to win, not to avoid losing. Poor people play defense. They move carefully. They avoid risks. They hide from challenges. They try to protect what little they have. Rich people play offense. They aim to win. They look for opportunity. They take strategic risks. They study the battlefield. They make bold moves. They trust their preparation. They step forward when others step back. Playing to win is a mindset. It gives you power. It gives you direction. It gives you energy. Playing not to lose makes you frozen. It makes you slow. It makes you fearful. It makes you weak. If you want to rise, you cannot live in fear. You cannot stay small. You cannot wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. Move now, grow now, act now. This is how winners win. This is how the rich stay rich. This is how you rise. 9. The rich take responsibility for everything. Responsibility is power. Blame is weakness. When you blame others, you give away control. When you take responsibility, you take control back. The rich know this. They say, if it is to be, it is up to me. They do not blame their parents. They do not blame the government. They do not blame circumstances. They do not blame the past. They do not blame luck. They look at themselves. They ask, what can I change? They ask, what can I improve? They ask, what can I learn? They ask, what can I build? This mindset is rare, but it is powerful. It gives you freedom. It gives you clarity. It gives you direction. When you take responsibility, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting. You start moving. You stop complaining. You start creating. You stop depending. You start building. Responsibility is the foundation of success. 10. The rich reinvent themselves again and again. Everything changes. The world changes. Technology changes. People change. Opportunities change. Markets change. Skills change. Life changes. Poor people resist change. They fear change. They fight change. They hold on to the past. They stay where they are. Rich people embrace change. They adapt. They adjust. They evolve. They reinvent themselves again and again. They learn new skills. They build new habits. They take on new roles. They move into new fields. They try new strategies. They explore new directions. This ability to reinvent is a superpower. It keeps them alive. It keeps them growing. It keeps them relevant. It keeps them powerful. You do not have to stay who you are. You can become someone new. You can choose a new direction. You can build a new life. Reinvention is always possible. It is never too late. Never.
11. The rich keep going when others stop. This may be the greatest difference of all. When things get hard, most people stop. They quit. They give up. They freeze. They turn back. They lose hope. The rich keep going. They continue. They push forward. They stay focused. They stay disciplined. They stay committed. Even when they are tired. Even when they are unsure. Even when they fail. This discipline creates separation. This separation creates advantage. This advantage creates wealth. Success is not a single big moment. Success is thousands of small moments where you keep going, you keep trying, you keep learning, you keep improving, you keep believing. You rise because you refuse to stop. 12. The game you must start playing today. You now know the rules. You now understand the mindset. You now see how the rich play the game. This knowledge is your advantage now. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to be special. You do not need to be lucky. You only need to begin. Start small. Take one idea from this guide. Apply it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Build one habit. Start one system. Learn one skill. Create one thing. Cut one distraction. Make one decision that your future self will thank you for. Your life will not change instantly, but it will change gradually, and then suddenly. Slowly at first, then all at once. This is how growth works. This is how wealth works. This is how transformation works. Now the game is in your hands. Play it wisely, play it bravely, play it with intention. Your future is waiting. Go claim it.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.